So, our topic is population, sample, and sampling. A population is the entire group that you want to draw a conclusion about. A sample is the specific group that you will collect data from. The size of the sample is always less than the total size of the population. In research, a population does not always refer to people. A population is mga group of kuhaan mo data, example sa mga farmers. And dili lang naka-refer ang population sa mga tao na apod sa mga hayop. Sample is the subset of the population. The process of selecting sample is known as sampling. Sampling is done because you usually cannot gather data from the entire population. Even in relatively small population, the data may be needed urgently, and including everyone in the population in your data collection may take so long. So there are two types of sampling method: the probability and non-probability sampling. The probability sampling is involved random selection, allowing you to make strong statistical inferences about the whole group. So kaning nga methods is random selection. Pwede ka mukuha data bisag kinsa, and the non-probability sampling is non-random selection based on convenience or other criteria, allowing you to easily collect data. And this method is na mga criteria and easy ra pud ka makakuha data or makakolek kag data kay kabalo na ka kinsay kuhaan nimo mga information. So there are mga methods sa probability sampling like simple random, systematic, stratified, and clustered sampling. And sa non-probability sampling is convenience, quota, purposive, and snowball sampling.
Population, sample, and sampling. Probability sampling method. The first one is the simple random sampling. In this case, each individual is chosen entirely by a chance, and each member of the population has an equal chance or probability of being selected. One way of obtaining a random sampling is to give each individual in a population a number, and then use a table of random numbers to decide which individuals to include. Next is the systematic sampling. Individuals are selected at regular intervals from the sample frame. The intervals are chosen to ensure an adequate sample size. Next is the stratified sampling. In this method, the population is first divided into subgroups or strata, who all shares a similar characteristic. It is used when we might reasonably expect the measurement of interest to vary between the different subgroups, and we want to ensure representation from all the subgroups. For example, in a study of stroke outcomes, we may stratify the population by 6 to ensure equal representation of men and women. The study sample is then obtained by taking equal sample sizes from each stratum. The fourth one is the clustered sampling. In the clustered sample, subgroups of the population are used as the sampling unit rather than individuals. The population is divided into subgroups known as clusters, which are randomly selected to be included in the study. In non-probability sampling method, the first one is the convenience sampling. Convenience sampling is perhaps the earliest method of sampling because participants are selected based on availability and willingness to take a part. The second is the quota sampling. This method of sampling is often used by market researchers. Interviewers are given quota of subject of a specified type to attempt to recruit. For example, an interviewer might be told to go out and select 20 adult men, 20 adult women, 10 teenage girls, and 10 teenage boys so that they could interview them about their television viewing. Non-probability sampling. This is the third one, purposive sampling or the judgment, also known as selective or subjective sampling. This technique relies on the judgment of the researchers when choosing who to ask to participate participate. Researchers may implicitly thus choose a representative sample to suit their needs, especially approach individuals with certain characteristics. Fourth one is the snowball sampling. This method is commonly used in social sciences when investigating hard-to-reach groups. Existing subjects are asked to nominate further subjects known to them, so the sample increases in size like a rolling snowball. For example, when carrying out a survey of risk behavior among intravenous drug users, intravenous drug users, participants may be asked to nominate other users to be interviewed. In this site, this is where we can get on how to get the population size, the sample size is. You can use this site.